Hi everyone, and welcome back to another week, which means another video. Pranks were like a very big thing on YouTube for a while. I don't know how many years it's been since it was just like that was every single video almost, especially with like couples channels were doing so many prank videos, and there's just a whole bunch of content that's out there. And of course, like, that was getting views and that was doing well, and so people wanted to keep capitalizing on that. What really got me to think of this whole topic and want to film a video about this was a video that I came across, and it was really recent. So this is the one where I'm like, okay, maybe this is not like a problem of the past. And it was a prank. I don't put air quotes around prank because the video was actually real or something. I do that because I don't like that word in the context of these videos and video ideas, concepts that I'm going to list out. I don't think that they're funny. I don't think that they're lighthearted. I don't think that it should be things that bring people enjoyment. So that's why I don't really feel comfortable using the word prank to like at the end of these video titles. But I may use them, but just know that I don't. Like, that's just the titles of the videos. I don't really feel like they're what a prank should be. I got sidetracked, sorry. The video that blossomed this video that I'm recording now was called Multiple Personalities Prank, and it was on this girl's boyfriend, I think, or maybe it was the other way around. And that got to me because I didn't watch it, but I mean, the title, that's enough. To me, the title is enough. I don't want to say a video is good if the title is just horrible, like insensitive or rude, or, you know, like just some bad thing. I don't want to say, oh, the video is good, but like, why would you click on the video if it had such a horrible, insensitive, rude, like racist, sexist, whatever title? And honestly, I mean, I guess when I explain that right now and I really thought about it, now I kind of feel like the title is more important than the video. Because again, if it's rude, racist, sexist, insensitive, like whatever, why would you click on the video? Like, why? And it's also like, people know that this title is a good title because they know that people will click on it. And so I feel like that is also just a reflection on the creator. And like, now I'm just spiraling in my head. Like, there's just so much to this, and I want to try my best to keep it as condensed and like specific to a topic as I can. The video that got me to start thinking about making this video was a video called Multiple Personalities Prank. And I think the reason why it got to me so much was because it has to do with mental health, and I am a big proponent of mental health, and I really want people to know and understand that mental health is a real thing. It is really important, and it can be very difficult. And there's so much that goes into mental health, and there's so much people don't know yet, and there's so much misinformation and stigma around it. And so I feel like when I see things that are negatively impacting the progress of mental health, like within society and within the world, that really gets me upset, because Like, we don't need that. Like, we don't need any more of that. And I think that is why I got so like fixated on that video and then started thinking about this topic. And truthfully, it was a couple that I have watched before. I haven't really watched them for a few years, but I had watched them previously, and that is another reason why I feel like I also took it a little bit harder, because they have talked about, or at least a girl has talked about her struggles with mental health issues, certain mental health issues, and the fact that she would do this prank, and that fact that she would do a multiple personalities thing, which is something that is part of the mental health field, it just really like struck a nerve and angered me. I'm not saying that someone who has a mental health issue needs to know everything about the field of mental health, but I just feel like, why do that? Like, why is that funny? And I didn't watch the video, but if it was just like, oh, I'm having mood swings type of video, why do you have to call it a multiple personality prank? Another type of video that I've seen a lot is the IPV, or interpersonal violence. I know some of you guys might know it as DV, but there's been a bit of a shift in the way people in that field are titling that. So IPV, interpersonal violence, pranks like that, I feel like those were one of the more popular ones. Again, how is that a prank? How is that supposed to be funny? How on earth is that supposed to be funny? There is, like, IPV is so common, and there's so much that a person goes through going through IPV. There is so much. It is like, it's not just a short-term thing. It's not just, okay, I got out and I'm fine, I can live my life. That's not how it goes. And if that's someone's story, then that is, I'm really grateful that they didn't have to have long-term effects. But there are plenty of people who don't suffer short-term. They suffer long-term, sometimes for life. And to make light of that and to just pretend that you're in an unsafe relationship and then just be like, oh, I'm just kidding, we're just kidding, we're in a healthy relationship, everything is fine, it was just for a video. When people can't say that, when people are literally living their lives like that, there's just no way that that's funny. There's no way that that is funny. If that is funny to you, like, seriously, please look up what IPV is, what it entails for the person, what it entails for children that might be in that household who might experience that. Because, like, see, children, if they're involved, they also suffer the effects of IPV. It's not funny. People were just loving that. They were doing IPV pranks in private, IPV pranks in front of friends, IPV pranks in front of siblings, IPV pranks in front of parents. Like, there were so many variations of that type of prank that people were doing, and it's just so frustrating. If I feel comfortable enough to make a video on IPV, I definitely will, because so much more awareness is needed on that. And just a lot of topics that kind of branch from IPV, but please inform yourself about topics. I'm not done yet. I still have more examples to go through, but it's just the IPV. I was spending a lot of time on that topic recently, and so it's never funny. IPV is never funny. Another one, sometimes this is done privately or just like to someone who's just the only person associated to a channel, and sometimes this is done in a couple's channel, but where they give like one of those people's siblings, younger siblings, alcohol or just another type of drug. Again, not funny, not a prank. It is just, I mean, they're younger siblings. They are impressionable. These are their older siblings. This is their family. They may have a concept of YouTube and of fame and all of that, like playing into the child's mind. It can potentially change or just create the way that they see things, the way that they see drug use. It can glamorize it. If they see that there's this video that they were in where they were using substances that they were not supposed to, it's gonna glamorize it for them. That is getting them a lot of views. People like to see them using substances that they're not supposed to. That will glamorize it in their eyes. And I also feel like it just makes drug use less serious. This is just for fun. Here, pretend to do this for fun. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be for a video. It's serious. This is another difficult topic. You can do what you would like to do. I don't have any authority over you. I'm never gonna say I have any authority over you. You are your own person. You make your own decisions. I don't have a say, and I know that. And I'm not gonna tell you to not do drugs, to, stay away from that. If you are making the informed decision as an adult to do that, then, that's your thing. But I don't think that minors should be using those types of substances. There's plenty of research out there for lots of different types of drugs that are out. There's a reason why the age limits are there. And even to me, like, knowing about psychology, knowing about the mind, like, I don't want to mess my mind up. Your brain is still developing. Your brain is still developing until you're around 20, 21, 22 years old. I don't want to use substances that will affect my brain, and I don't think that it's good for younger people to be using substances that will affect their brain. I just think that it is not good or a funny idea to be having minors using substances that they are not of age to use. Another one that I saw with couples specifically was joining the army prank or joining like the military. That, I don't know, I feel like that might not be a big deal to some of you guys in comparison to the other ones that I've talked about so far, but for me, I feel like it's a little off because being a spouse or just a partner to someone who is in the army or in the military is hard, and there's just so much that they go through, and the families as well. Like if they have children, it's hard. It's not easy. Aside from the spouse or the partner, and aside from the children, or just, you know, the whole family in general, aside from that, like these people are literally in the army or they're literally in the military. They're not always doing something safe. They're not always guaranteed safety. So it just kind of feels like a little bit of making light of that as well. Like these people are serving their country and putting their life at risk, putting their lives in potentially very dangerous situations, and it's not like this fun, lighthearted thing. So I don't particularly like that type of prank either. I kind of feel like it is a little bit of, it's kind of disrespectful to the families and the people serving as well. The last one that I have written down is very hard to talk about also. Again, I cannot believe that people are actually making videos about this, prank videos about this, but it is terminating a pregnancy video. And like I can't even say the word prank after that. Like it is, I just think that is so horrible. All of these, some of them specifically, I think are just so horrible. People like that, losing a child, whether it is purposeful or you know, the choice of someone or not the choice of the person carrying the child, like that is a very hard thing to go through. It can be a very hard thing to go through, if not mentally, at the very least physically. And people pretending to have gone through that, even if it's just to their partner and it's in private, although again it's a video that a lot of people are seeing, it's just not funny. It's not funny at all. I'm trying really hard to not make it seem like everyone's story and everyone's feelings after a pregnancy loss should be the same. Some people will take it differently, of course, and I'm trying to not feel like everyone is forced to have a negative experience for a long time. Of course, your healing process and your healing journey are going to be different. I'm just saying that there are people who do have a very hard time after a loss of a pregnancy, and they may have a very hard time for a long time. So out of respect, I feel like just those types of videos are not funny. Losing a pregnancy, terminating a pregnancy, and calling it a prank, like that's not funny to me at all. I mean, of course, those are not all the types of pranks that are out there. I just kind of did a search for some YouTube channels, YouTube couples channels, and I found some of these topics that I remember seeing when, again, that there's a very popular time for pranks on YouTube, and I remembered seeing pranks like that. So that's just some of the ones that I wrote down. But all in all, it's just, people say that they're so progressive and understanding and sympathetic, and that they themselves struggle with you know, this and this and this. And yet they do and say things that are so disrespectful and or insensitive to those groups of people that they say that they are a part of. And just like, please just make your actions match up with your words. Just make your actions match up with your words. Why? Like, why? Is it because YouTube is so important to them, or social media is so important to them, that they will just, you know, do whatever, compromise their morals, if that is truly what their morals are, compromise their morals just to have a YouTube video go out? Again, I hope that I articulated everything correctly and I got my thoughts and my points across well in a way that you guys understand. Please, please, please share your thoughts with me, because like I really need to think this out with someone else. There's just so much, and I could continue on, but I also know that I wouldn't even be making sense because I would just be spitting things out of my brain as a way to kind of work it all out. So let me know what you guys think about what I said, and you know, the things that you agree, disagree on, have also seen, or just, you know, whatever that has to do with this whole topic. I would really love and appreciate your thoughts and your input. I hope for a bit of a conversation in the comments, but that will be this week's video. As always, thank you for spending your time with me. I very, very much appreciate it. I hope that you have an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing month, an amazing year, and an amazing life.